What up, what up, what up? So, I watched a movie last night. It's kind of older, called The Button. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think so. Cameron Diaz. Can't remember what the other guy's name is. But it's a good video to watch, to understand. To me, is what I get out of it is pretty much, long story short, these regular family in the 70s, going through hard times. One guy works for NASA, other woman's a teacher, and long story short, they go through some hardships and feel like, I guess they get in a rut, and one's about to lose, their job, or not their job. One doesn't get the position that they want, so it throws them into depression. The wife, gets some kind of funding cut off. It throws her into depression, and so they panic. All being set up for this button. And long story short, a couple days pass, or maybe it was a day or so, and this disfigured guy who's missing half his face ends up meeting them at their door, or sending them a box with a button, and says, "Hey, I'll be here at 5 o'clock the next day to explain." So he does, and explains, "Hey, if you press the button, you'll get $1 million. You'll be financially set for however long $1 million lasts you for. But when you press it, somebody you don't know dies." And what I get out of this, look at Hollywood. You join Hollywood, you sign up for the satanic bullshit, satanic game, and if you want to become filthy rich or wealthy, more than likely somebody you don't know or do know is going to die. And that's what happens with, these people sacrificing their children or their friends or their family, their parents, any of that. And yeah, you might become wealthy, but you're going to do some dirt to get there. And in the middle of the movie, he says, the guy with the disfigured face says that we're trying to teach humanity compassion, and trying to teach them to choose the right thing. And some of them aren't going to choose the right thing. Some of them are going to be enticed by the money or the wealth or the power or whatever it is, and they're going to lose. But we have to test them, because if we don't test them, then they're not going to get it. And all they had to do was not press the button. And I don't know. I just seen it just screamed Hollywood, the way that it works. The unseen eye coming around, giving you an offering of wealth and no worries for the rest of your life on this earth. Through money and control and wealth and whatever. But the consequences are deadly. You ultimately lose your soul. And I never got that from this movie ever before, until I watched it again. And I'm trying to think of what else happened in the movie. Long story short, she pressed the button, they got the money, and then their whole fucking life went to shambles. They thought that they were going to do something, they were doing something good, and that nothing would happen to any of these people. But the catch was, the box is going to be given to somebody else, and they're going to have to choose whether to hit the box or not. And the catch was, they don't know who you are. So when they press the button, you could very well die. And right then and there, they were like, fuck that. Oh shit, we've been set up. I shouldn't have chose it. Yada, yada, yada. And tried to give the guy back the money. The guy said, sorry, you already pressed the button. And then that's when shit starts falling apart, you know. The next family presses the button. Then they press the button, he, you know, like hours before, the guy shows up again and is like, hey, look, your son's up in the fucking bathroom, deaf and blind, and he'll be that way permanently unless you kill your wife, shoot her right in the heart, and then he'll gain all his vision and everything and hearing back. But they're not telling you that, hey, you're gonna go down for a fucking murder, and ultimately your son will get his fucking eyesight and hearing back, but he's also going to live a fucked up life because of the choices that you made by pressing that button. And he did. He shot her and gets arrested. And as he shoots her, the people press the button. The next family presses the button. And I don't know. It's confusing because he was a part of this Mars. The disfigured man was part of this Mars project. He got struck by lightning and apparently seen or felt the watchful eyes of this world who we can't see, and they're not necessarily physical, but they're able to access any of us to bring a message, to send a message, whatever, to whoever it needs to be sent to. Because throughout the whole movie, the guy's saying that, you know, well, I have many, many employees, which was us, you know, everyone that's walking this earth. People who don't have no fucking clue about what's going on, and to the people who do know what's going on. The only thing is that these people who knew throughout the movie what was going on, they would run into this family and tell them, you got to hurry the fuck up, you've got to do this, if you want your soul and you want to get the fuck out of here, you've got to do this, you've got to listen, you've got to do this. And every time these people would bring these messages, their nose would bleed, and it was like they were hemorrhaging. And to me, it was like they were holding back access to their brain to bring a message, or maybe it was something else that was accessing them, but was so powerful that it would ultimately kill them because of the message that they were bringing, of trying to help this guy, you know, get out of his rut, so to speak. And throughout the movie, these people would just fucking walk up to you, say what they had to say, and then fall right out and die right on the spot. And, you know, the most weird fucking way is, you know, of them dying and shit. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a good movie to watch. It's definitely a good movie to watch. It opened my eyes a little bit, to see different things and to maybe get a different perspective on what it is. But I go back to Og saying that, you know, they're doing this for a test, to test us, so we can, you know, move on, to learn, you know, and that's exactly what it was. You know, it was just made into a movie, and made into something tangible that we could go off of, because everything's physical here, you know. So, if you ever get a chance, watch The Button. Peace.